So if you can go to the channel and go for other questions. That's supposed to be an important question today. Where do you get your wimples?
Our wimples we acquire from the design. We took a basic turn-of-the-century design. Actually, I believe it was the Sisters of the Salvation Army that we acquired the real rigid wimple that we wear. And one of the founding members, Sister Dementia, who is a designer and seamstress, came up with a pattern, and we've basically grown from there, and that's how we got the design for our wimple.
Okay, so Cardinal last. How did you get your name?
I got my name because there was just something about the 7 deadly sins that I kind of found appealing, and rather than use all 7 of them, I just chose 3 that I liked, and there were also 3 that I felt dealt with, you know, the AIDS crisis, because lust, greed, and gluttony are all just things that I think can enter into it and not help anything get better that way. And I just chose those names, and I liked them, and I kept them.
In Seattle, our nuns have a good time by being with each other, first of all. We are a very tight family in Seattle. We love one another, and we are a very close-knit organization. We are sisters, and there's no missing that. Even in boy clothes, you can tell that we are sisters. For a really good time, we put on what you see us in, and we go out and we share that love, that tightness, and the ability to party with the public and other friends.
Okay, Mom, can you tell us how you feel the Seattle order differs from the San Francisco order or the other orders as well?
How Seattle? I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question. I am Mother Teresa Nervina, and I'm the founding member of the Seattle chapter of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. Today I have with me His Eminence Cardinal Lust, Greed, and Gluttony, and Sister Ursulla Paranoia. The Seattle chapter was founded August 1st, 1987. When 3 of us decided that we wanted to wear nuns' habits and go on a boat cruise by the Tacky Tourists. It's a big party on a boat that the Tacky Tourists put on every summer. So we wore our habits, and we were very well received by the community, so well that we decided to find reasons and a way to continue wearing the habits and doing things to help the community. She should have asked me the question.
Well, we construct the wimples ourselves, or have them constructed for us. Sister Dementia came up with the original pattern based on the Sisters of St. Vincent de Paul, I believe turn of the century, and they're rather rigid and uncomfortable to wear, but they are a trademark in Seattle.
What particular aspect of this is where you like to track? What particular aspect of the census are you like to track to, or more interested in political work that they're doing, or educational stuff, or theatre or drama?
The things that brought me to the sisterhood was the work
that they do in the community. I knew that I would always end up doing something in the community, especially in the AIDS crisis community, and I just didn't know where I was going to end up, and this had a lot of the elements that I grew up enjoying, like the theater of it and the activism of it, and it just all came together, and that's why I'm here now.
Do you think it's easier to get your message across when you're in traffic, or is it rather than saying one and things like that? Do you think that helps, or do you think that's a hindrance?
I think that the costumes that we wear work better to get our message across because the symbolism of the Catholic Church and that nuns were the original caregivers, and the outlandishness of the costumes and makeup kind of draw attention to us. And if somebody's seen us once, they will never forget it. And people do come up and ask, why are you wearing that? And it's like, well, this is what we do. This is what we're doing right now. And this is why we do it. This is why we dress the way we do. And it leaves them going, oh, that's wonderful. And so I think it works in our favor. I don't think it's the confrontational way that ACT UP and Queer Nation work would necessarily be best for how I feel I want to do the work that I want to do in the community.
What's your religious background?
I was raised Christian. Religious background-wise, I was raised in a Christian home, Church of God in Christ, and we went to church every Sunday and sometimes several times during the week. My parents are both ministers to this day in addition to their professional lives. And sometimes I have a hard time with this and what I do as far as being a nun. But my commitment is something I just have to do. So all religion aside, or religious things aside, okay, we have the habit, and it's not worn in mockery, it's worn with respect. And I feel that when I wear this habit, I have a chance to, number one, I hear a lot of confessions. I also have a chance to really let people open up their hearts and say what's really going on inside of them, because they feel that they can trust this nun. If I'm in my boy clothes, maybe no one would say anything to me, but then when I put the habit on and walk into a bar, sometimes it's overwhelming.
Do you think it's different for you being African American now to the other ones?
No, I don't feel that that my heritage really has a whole lot to do with the nun persona. I remember Sister X asking me a year ago something similar to that, almost the same question, when we were being interviewed last year here. And I mean, I'm my own person, underneath all this, and still I'm the same with the white face and the makeup and the jewels. It's not an act, in other words. Sometimes I feel more masculine in the habit than I do in my boy clothes. But I'm the only Afro-American sister in Seattle. I don't think they have any in San Francisco. I don't know. So I don't really equate one with the other. It's like I'm a black man, but I'm also Mother Superior in Seattle. So there you have it.
How do you think the Seattle sisters differ to the San Francisco sisters or the other organizations? Anyways, welcome to us.
How do we differ?